Welcome to today's episode of the Youth Speaks TV. I'm Oluwabusayo Makini and I'm your host for today. As usual, I won't be alone. I have my amazing co-host here with me. Hi Tosami, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, Busayo.
Hi Paul, how's your week been?
I'm fine, I'm good.
Alex, are you ready for today's show?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we move on, I would like, if this is your first time of coming across this video, please subscribe, like our post, and if you have anything to say or anything to add in the course of our discussions, please comment. Yes. So today we're going to be talking about mental health, depression and suicide, how important our mental health is and how most times deteriorating mental health leads to depression and how in most cases depression leads to suicide. Please note that depression is not the only reason why people commit suicide, but for the course of today's show, we're going to be talking about how depression leads to suicide. So you all will agree with me when I say that our mental health is very important in our overall well-being.
Sure.
I mean, you can't say you're okay with deteriorating mental health, and there's so many factors that affect one's mental health. I mean, family, social constraints, financial issues, so many poverty, this Nigerian mindset, different things. But in today's show, I want us to focus on two main points, which is the family and the Nigerian mindset. These two factors play a huge role. I mean, the family, knowingly or unknowingly, they contribute to one's mental health. And I would like you guys, let's talk about this. Because I would like you to take the floor.
Okay, thank you, Busayo. So we know that family is the bedrock of every society.
Yes.
And if you are in Nigeria, you will agree with me that growing up here is tough. We have a lot of challenges, right? Left and center coming at us. And it becomes very difficult and eventually we become depressed. But as human beings, we need that safe place, and that is where the family comes in. But that is not the order of the day today. Family where you're supposed to find relief and support, most times it just makes the situation worse.
Yes. So Paul.
Well, what I have to say is that I know that it is clear that we are in a competitive society. Society whereby we compare and contrast amongst ourselves. And even our parents are not helping issues at all. You find that they will compare their first son, if fine, the person's first son, Okoro. And they look at Okoro has finished the same time with Okoro is there and you are here. This kind of thing, it can spur up envy and jealousy even among siblings. Do you get? So that is the major thing that I feel causes depression. If the victim refuses to manage the situation, it can end up
to depression. Yes. Please, family members, take it. Alex.
All right. So just like my fellow hosts have said, that depression is real. And when you look at a society like Nigeria, you agree with me that I mean, depression is our daily bread. Let me put it
my daily bread.
No.
Wait.
Don't misunderstand
There's
me.
something.
What I mean is that Nigerians generally, like, they are giving you back to back.
Just like
you have
breakfast.
enough issues, to battle with. When you look at governance, you look at leadership, you look at economy, the economy, you go to the market and you just see the price of pepper and you're like, yes, so we have lots on our table, like breakfast, they are bringing in back to back. You understand? So all these things are enough to weigh you down. They're enough. Exactly. So, but one thing I want to stress is that, while depression is real, we should not forget the fact that our approach to it matters. The way we handle depression is much more important than the depression, because the fact that you cannot stop birds from flying over your head.
Exactly.
You understand? But what you can do is you can stop it from nesting in your hair. So the same way you can't stop thoughts from coming. Thoughts of like, how would I do with my life now? Things are going wrong. Head is let loose. Things are falling apart. You understand? All those things will come at you, but you must condition yourself. Like, you have to just come to that place of hope. I cannot. This thing will not kill me. I will come out of this thing. That should be our mindset. And that's what I feel that all of us as Nigerians, as youths, should work on.
Yes, thank you very much, Alex. So we'll be going on a short break. When we come back, I would like to ask my colleagues, my co-host, an important question, and you out there too. I would like to ask an important question. Please don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
So before I went on a short break, I said I have a question to ask my amazing co-host and you guys too. So do you know that in Nigeria we have this habit of always undermining what people go through? Like because of you went through a situation or you went through a phase and someone else goes through that same thing. You went through that same thing and your recovery process was very fast. You expect that same person to go through that thing in a jiffy. Because maybe the person is broke, the person is crying, the person is depressed. Why are you depending on the small thing I went through that you are going through, you are taking like king, what's the big deal about what you went through? So what do you guys have to say? Like you guys have contributions to make concerning that? Alex, you have to
you actually nailed it. You nailed it on the head. You know, the issue is that just like you said, a lot of people feel that because they pass through something, they feel that okay, you should be able to take it the way. But one thing that such a person has failed to understand is that we are different people from different backgrounds, and our conditioning is quite different. In fact, the way we handle things are different. So I think this is a question of empathy. You know, it's a question of how do you share people's burden? You understand? How do you carry someone's burden? You understand? Are you empathetic? Don't just agree that because I've gone through something and I came out. I mean, some of us we do well on our own. You know, some people are very good and they know how to clean up their mess themselves. But some people they need a kind of a system. A support system. They need people that they can shoulders to cry on and whatever. Because we have different strengths and weaknesses. So if you're able to come out from something, maybe a bad experience and all that, rather than judge, you need to consider that this person is different from me. This person has a different experience. So I should be able to don't just judge, but show empathy.
Yeah, because when you just leave the person, like it can cause depression and so many things.
So you can actually worsen the.
Yes. Wow, what do you have to say?
Well, I just have a little to just contribute, but I will start from the society. We find ourselves in a society that is competitive, and I would say that our parents are not really helping matters. They try to compare the firstborn with other people's firstborn, saying that this one graduated the same year with you and they are moving on, you are kind of slow. And they forget the fact that the times of our parents is totally different from our own time.
Very true.
Some parents they'll be so wicked. Should I use that word, or will I say they'll be so hard while making their comparison? Why? Because we find ourselves in a competitive society. So that we also try to channel it to the fact that when they are trying to judge their children, they refuse to be empathetic about it. That's
yes, true, very true.
Okay, so one thing I would like to say is the fact that as humans, our strengths and our weaknesses are different.
Yeah, like what
so I will give us a practical example. ASU is on strike, and we know that it is affecting students across Nigeria, except the ones that are in private school, and polytechnic. And there was a report recently that a student killed himself because of the strike. That is a practical example. It's affecting all of us on this table, but we have not killed ourselves, and that's because we all have different shock absorber. If that's the word, if you understand. It's not like we are not affected. It's not like we are not sad about the issue. But we are handling it better, in my opinion. Maybe we are doing a better job than him because he ended his life because of strike. So we have to understand as a nation that what you can handle without even giving a damn to that person, it may be a big deal to that person. So I think most times we need to put ourselves in people's shoes. When someone just, for example, again, someone just loses a loved one, that's like, grow up, you are a man. What do you mean?
Boys don't cry.
they just cry. We are strong.
That make men feel like they should not go through certain things.
They should bottle their emotions.
They should bottle their emotions. They don't want. like they can't talk to someone about people like imagine Alex telling me something that's going to like
The same,
this man like
the same way to a woman in a matrimonial, they tell you, you know, that's as a woman,
That's what we all
you must
go
go through these things.
I went through the same thing
You
and I
must take
survived. So
the
you
pain,
think
you know.
and it's totally wrong, guys. It's totally wrong. We need to change our mindset. So before we call this particular episode a wrap, do you have any final words? I would like to start. I would like to say that suicide is never an option. It is never an option. You shouldn't consider. See, when there is life, there is hope. So far you are alive, you can go through this. You're strong. You can. You. There is more to yourself than you know. So you should try to look at the positive side of things. Don't go. Suicide is not. So you see suicide as an escape route from everything that is going on. But like I said earlier, when there is life, there is hope. So Paul, the final words.
Well, I would start by saying that I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker. I'm not trying to motivate you. You know, this is the Youth Speaks TV. We try to change the narrative. What I do personally in a kind of odd situation is to give myself hope. You know, I come with the mindset that I am better than so many people. Yes. Like if you look at this man that has KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, you know, at the end of everything, he was almost wanting to commit suicide.
Yes.
Just at the last second of that moment, he got his last inspiration. You get? So if you are seated out there and maybe the situation is making life tiring to you, just know that you are better than someone there. If you've not taken breakfast, for instance, there are people that have not taken anything for 3 days. If you've written JAMB 2 times and you've not gotten admission, there are people that have waited for 5, 6, and even 10 years.
Sure.
So just use that as an anchor and come out of that depression, and you see that in a very short time there will be green light.
Yes. So Sammy, can I have the final?
Okay. I saw it online that a report from the WHO, it said over 280 million people are depressed in the world.
Wow.
So firstly, I would say that depression is real.
Yeah.
Depression is real, very real.
Yes.
But what I would tell anyone that is suffering from depression, or anyone that is mentally unstable at this point, is that you are allowed to fall down, but you are not allowed to stay
down.
there.
Exactly.
So no matter what you are going through, you have to pick yourself up and just keep pushing.
True. Alex.
Yeah, my colleagues have said a lot of things, and what my words to anyone listening to this show right now is that you can do like much more, you know, than what you think you can. And the fact is that that you have come this far doesn't mean that this is all there is about you.
Yeah.
There is much more.
Yes.
If you can cope, like personally, I've gone through a lot of things in life, you know, that should have just broken me. You understand? You know, but here I am. You know, for example, you know, I know I met us. I wrote JAMB. I know where you know people that we were in secondary school. I know where many of them are. Some are married and all that.
Oh no, let's
But but the thing is just that you can't give up.
Exactly.
See, in fact, you don't have any option to give up. You don't have to give up. You understand? There is a lot for you out there. All you need to do is just look inwards and believe in yourself.
Yes.
People will not believe in you at all time. In fact, your parents and all, many people will just like they can't see you. You understand? But you should understand that just like a rock that has not, you know, before it becomes a sculpture, you know, that it has to be chiseled out. So you too, you must work on yourself. There are certain things that you must do. For that real you to come up.
Yes.
So, and I'm watching out for that real.
Yes,
Sorry, Busayo, let me just add this quickly. I'm very sorry for confusion. Please, you are there, do not forget the God factor. You know, some people think that they can just come out of it without God. You know, just rely on Him and have this mindset that it's only God that can make your little turn great. That's all that.
Yes, and there's always something inside of you. Just trying to think deeply, so that there's something inside of you. Just bring out like and suicide to know people. When you're thinking of what to do, like don't think of suicide. So thank you very much for sticking with us today on this episode. We love and we appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye.